ground. He's got it again. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to take off.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
It's complete to the right. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And he'll be run out of bounds. And these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. Just inside the 30 at the 29. It's 1st and 10. Going to try to get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Nice job by the QB. Sit back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
He's got it on the run. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. This defense needing this energy from the crowd in a goal-to-go situation. A 1st down run in the red zone. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Dukes. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I'll tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Using the quick game. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab on the left. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Give to the running back. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37. The Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. The give to the running back from the shotgun. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Tries to get it on the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Handoff to the lone back. He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hawkins. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Running it to the right. Touchdown, Wolverine! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. Right on the money.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Looking to throw, it's right. Quick strike complete. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. The short hands, it's Moss. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. So now it's 2nd and long. The play action fake. Got it behind the line. It's Peppers. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And this defense, they were ready for that 3rd down. That you could tell they smelt the option coming. Did a great job. Aggressive. Downhill. Went and got it. Got the tackle for a loss.
He's got it. First down and more. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, it's right. Zings it complete to the right. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Here comes the heat. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Off play action on first down. Looking deep. He makes a grab. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Here comes the two-point try.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking to throw on first down. And the pass falls incomplete, and we've played 3. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They'll go to the ground. Breaks into the open. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. And the Dukes are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Off play action. Caught behind the line. It's Gideon. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. The Dukes have their offense in high gear. They're going to ride this running back. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the ground with the back. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And, man, this is exactly how this offensive coordinator wants to end this football game. Ground and pound, let that clock tick, add to this lead, and make the defense stop you.
There he goes to the left. And after the huge scramble, he slides and gets down. Terrific run to get out of trouble. And the Dukes started this drive, backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Makes the grab. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't load the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
After that incompletion on 3rd and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on 4th down and pad the lead. But if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game here in the second half, and I think that's the right decision.
gets dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. This offense is so deep, it's teetering on the edge of a safety. Found a little space. He'll pick up 6 of the 14 as they have room to operate. The Wolverines in a good spot here with 2nd and short. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the pressure. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. And the Wolverines decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. Makes the catch at the midfield logo. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get it. It's a touchdown.
Well, the punter wasn't able to get a lot of leg on that one, and it gave him a chance to field it, and then he found his lane, he put his foot in the ground, and it was off to the races. A huge momentum-shifting play on special teams for that touchdown.
James Madison, 49, Michigan, 37.
Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Wolverines line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. It's the grab. It's Hawkins. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking deep. And here's the 3rd interception of the night.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to...
And down he goes back at the 3.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
Spins away. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Power football with the run. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Off the play fake. Working that left side now. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And that's what the running game can do for an offense. You run the football, you have some success. Then what do? You stick the ball out there, you pull it back, you run some play action, you complete the football, get a first down. Nice balance by this offense.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Makes the grab. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. On the move at the 30. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Dukes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. To the air, it's right. Quickly complete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Misses receiver there. It's incomplete. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. Under fire. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
And I think if you're the head coach here, you've kind of got mixed reviews on your passing attack so far because, yes, you've thrown for a bunch of yards and you've thrown a couple touchdowns, but you've also given up 4 sacks now. Pass protection has not been great, even though they've got the lead in this game.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Converts on 4th down, still going. Touchdown, James Madison. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Florida managed to avoid being gator bait by scratching and clawing their way to a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. Top 25 teams and a very clear outcome today, guys. Ought to be fun to see how the rankings are impacted this week.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wants to throw on first down. Hauls it in. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Well, it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
QB spikes the ball to stop the
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
second down. Here we go.
Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. Double time, hustling to the line to stop the clock. They're dealing with a second and long.
Second down.
Back to pass. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Throws to the tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. The Wolverines didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Well, it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. It's third and goal and third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And that one's way too far for everybody.
Offense just not able to get it clicking down here in the red zone. That's 3 straight incompletions, trying to fit the football into tight windows, but the timing not there, and now it sets up fourth down.
Lets it fly. And he's got it for the late touchdown, but probably a little too late, barring just an epic finish.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Palmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. 2 ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.